Busy day yesterday.
That it was, Bob.
Locally. You have a trust tree question
Yes.
that you want to get to. We're going to do this a weird kind of way. We're going to kind of peekaboo into it right now. And then we'll break it up and we'll dive back in. We've got Cronin audio to get to. Thoughts, hot takes, opinions. Your thoughts, hot takes, opinions are welcome.
Yeah.
It's going to be a weird show, but it's going to be a fun show. What is your trust tree question?
My trust tree question is, yesterday as we were wrapping up, all excited and anticipating the NBA draft, what are the Blazers going to do tonight? If I had said to you yesterday at 8:51 a.m., final segment, hey, guys, the Blazers are going to land Deni Avdija today.
Yes.
Would you have known who that was, who he played for, and how good or bad he was?
I wouldn't have fully been able to give you all the stats and analytics of his season last year.
Mm-hmm.
I did know who he was.
Okay.
And I would have been able to tell you what team.
The team, Swigard?
Not a clue.
Not a clue, yeah. Because that was the camp that I was in. I saw this trade go. My brother-in-law texted me. I was outside with the dog. And I'm like, oh, look at that. They made a trade. And I had to, read it 5 times. I'm like, wait, what? Huh? So at first I thought he was a toss-in guy, and we got an extra first-round pick from Washington for Malcom Brogdon.
People need to separate tweets, by the way, these news breakers. They need to stop putting everything in a half paragraph. They need to say, trade. Blazers get
receive
list.
Sent Washington receives.
Boom.
Yes,
make this easier on me.
And it threw me for a loop. And then I texted the group chat and I'm like, can somebody explain this to me? I've never heard of this guy before. I have no clue who he is. What are we doing? And nobody responded. I'm just lost in the wilderness looking for answers. Nobody's there to help me out.
Well, to be fair to your friends in your group chat, aren't you the guy they should
No,
be
I texted you guys.
Oh,
I texted
us.
you.
Sorry.
You guys are the hoop bros. I thought one of you would be like, well, actually, Dirt, he was blah, 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 blah.
It was,
No, not a clue.
Not a clue. I had no clue who. My favorite thing from the night last night was a Blazer fan in my Twitter mentions acknowledging, 1, never heard of him, never seen him play. 2, great trade. Unbelievable trade. Best trade I've ever seen from Joe Cronin. That was my highlight of the night last night. I've never heard of it, but dude, great trade. Okay.
I quickly went to the stat machine. It's like, all right, because I know
numbers are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, younger guys, if they played in college, because my focus during basketball season obviously is more on the college game, doing the pilot stuff. And so guys that are international, unless they're a Victor Wembanyama where you can't avoid them.
Sure.
And then he played for the Wizards, so nobody cared about the Wizards.
They won 20 games last year?
About that, yeah. I think they finished tied with us, right?
I think so. They had the same record.
But a little research, if you were interested in Dalton Connect, now you have a taller
Dalton Connect.
About the same age,
who
already has
younger.
3 years of NBA experience and started every game he played last year.
Better defender as well.
38% from 3, averaging nearly 16 points, but he also rebounded and doled out some assists. So you're like, okay, so now you got a guy who, if you were excited about Dalton Connect, who athletically is a little rangier, and can do all the things at the NBA level that you're hoping Dalton Connect do. So, and he's got a manageable contract that apparently he's just signed or will sign. Or
it's a 4-year, $55 million deal. It's a de-escalating contract. So it's going to make 15 and some change this year. By the time he's 27, it's going to be 11.
Why the hell did he sign that contract?
Because money's nice to have.
Yeah,
you get $55 million thrown at you.
Sure, I'll take it.
I'll take that. And he'll be 27 by the end of it. And if he pops even more than he did this year.
And the salary cap will take a giant.
Oh, I mean, the contract is one of the biggest arguments of the trade. It's a great deal. I chuckled when I saw that. Why would you sign a deal that's I've not seen many of those in the NBA that go that direction. Usually they ramp up, and then by the end of it, it's like, oh my God, this guy's making a crazy amount. He's going the other direction.
Well, he's kind of doing a couple things there. I'm just guessing and spitballing here. I don't know if we'll ever get clear explanation of it, but he had a really good year last year.
He did. He popped last year.
And so it's more like, hey, you could take this deal and 55 is right there and it's going to be in your bank account. Or you can maybe gamble for one more year and get a bigger deal. And I don't blame anybody for just saying, I'll take the 55.
Yeah.
and then he'll only be 27 when it ends, and hopefully that's a $100 million payday in the next contract.
Right, you can cash in them.
I think a couple things of this trade. One, this happened at the worst time of my day yesterday. I went on a 4-mile run.
Missed it.
And literally as I ended, I'm breathing.
Wait, what do they do?
I have texts from 5 people. I get a call from Dani, and I'm like, oh no. Open it up like, I got Avdija. Okay. And then Dani's like, hey, when can you go? I'm like, I'll be on it. Give me 10 minutes. That's get up. And so it's like, I'm processing. I don't blame anybody for seeing this and having the same reaction as you.
I had to put the poll question up because I was genuinely curious how many people had never heard of this guy before.
Well, I follow a couple like Blazer blog people, and I saw quote tweets. What?
How dare you?
How do you not know this guy?
Yeah, you were glued to Wizards games on League Pass last year.
He was controversial, too.
Lying through your teeth.
Politics.
Oh, immediately I saw those too.
Oh, yeah.
We know the background, the lineage there, and stances were being taken.
I want nothing to do with that conversation today, by the way.
I love how Blazer fans immediately found that and were like, nope, I'm out.
If any city was going to identify it quickly,
it
was going to be us. Here's the thing. One, you are welcome to not like any trade ever that this team executes. That's fine. That's correct. I'll listen to why, and sometimes it'll make sense to me, and sometimes I'll go, you feel like you're going in circles here. If you never knew who he was, and I actually chuckled because I was about to go live on a podcast when I saw you post that, and I went, there's my co-host Dirt. I don't blame you whatsoever. I had a friend text me, what the hell are the Blazers doing? And I said, you don't like him? Didn't watch him last year? I didn't watch any Wizards.
No.
And I said, well, then, yeah, of course your reaction's going to be this. And also, I think what's happening in the NBA, not just Portland, this is not specific to Portland. I think what's happening in the NBA, we're seeing a list. And the list yesterday was Mom's grocery list. If you're going to go to the grocery store, here's my list. And Washington got a long list, and Portland's list was short. And you see that, and you naturally react. Guy I never saw play paired with what we're throwing out.
Yep.
Oh, my God, what a bad trade. Instead of maybe breaking it down and adding a little context and nuance to what that trade really was, which we can do that. We can run through that trade.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why I think it was a good trade. But I don't blame people who didn't watch Avdija play because, to your point, Wizards sucked.
Terrible.
And also saw a laundry list of things.
Multiple first-round picks.
Versus what we got in return for it and the instant reaction and emotions that can make you feel.
Yeah, I chuckled with the amount of people who turned into experts on this guy as if they had been glued to every Wizards game last year.
Yes.
I, too, watched the YouTube highlights. They looked awesome. The box score looked great, but I'm not going to sit here and be one of those people that pretends that I was glued to Wizards League Pass basketball, just like nobody in this city was. Nobody was.
Nobody was.
So maybe you caught a game once. Maybe you caught a game when they played the Blazers twice. Outside of that, nobody was watching this guy play, and now we see what he can turn into in the Blazer uniform.
Well, I look at the concept of the trade. It's like, yes, this guy has to come, and he has to continue to make the leaps that he's made the last couple of seasons in his game. But, okay, he is a 6'9" rangy wing who can shoot threes. You definitely need one of those.
Yes, you do.
He's got a manageable contract. He's already got experience, but he's still relatively young, so he fits whatever time frame. You mentioned, okay, there's future second-round picks in, 29 and 31 or 27 and 29?
I actually didn't. I was so busy yesterday with this stuff. I actually didn't see the years included of those seconds. Not that that's a big deal.
They're down the road.
They're down the road,
where if your time frame now fits, those things should be in the 50s.
Okay, you know what? I was going to pivot out.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. I think it's a big day yesterday. There's a lot that happened.
I think it's a big day. And I think I know a lot more about where Cronin's trying to take this team after yesterday.
Okay, that's an interesting point as well. How do you feel about the Deni Avdija trade, the Wizards trade, their young forward yesterday? By the way, I saw him play in person last year.
You went to a Wizards game, huh?
I went to the Blazer-Wizard game. It was the my father-in-law gets company tickets, club seats. Because, you want these tickets? And I'm like, sure.
Free, why not?
So the wife and I went, and we, they ended up losing, of course, to the Wizards at home.
Did Avdija torch him in that game?
He didn't torch him, but he had 13. He was a problem for him. He had 13, 11, and 6.
There you go.